So she's still working on the basics. And today we're going to do the basics of riding. So first of all, when you get on a horse, the first thing you should do is flexions. So you're going to come and take your rein really short, go up to the eye so the horse sees you, there. And as soon as he reacts, you release. So what you're going to try to do is have them react before you come in contact with the rein. So you're going to really take your time for the first few ones, and then if they move knee to the nose to the knee and they stop. So we're going to do that from this side now. So here, and when I come in contact, I don't have a constant pressure. I want to do more of a vibration that gets harder and harder, so the horse can't push against the pressure you put. So here we're going to try again, this side. Okay, and then I want her nose to go all the way to my knee with no resistance from her behalf. We're going to go again from this side. See, before even I can get to my rein, she's already turning, and then I can have her nose to my knee. So she's doing really good. So this helps to have control of the nose on both sides. And also when you do this, when you get on, your horse knows that he's going to have exercises before he goes forward. So it helps the horse not get the bad habit of walking while you're getting on. So after this, we're going to do the emergency stop. So this also helps to have a good nose control for the emergency stop. So what I'm going to do is take the nose, and I'm going to come and put my leg on the hind legs. So I'm going to push right here with my legs, my foot flat, and I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure, and if she doesn't move her hindquarters, I'm going to start flapping harder and harder and harder. Same as for the rein, I'm not going to put a constant pressure. I'm going to do more of a vibration that gets harder and harder, so she can't push against it, and so it's more uncomfortable. So here we go again. I'm just going to go a little bit further back. Okay, so I'm going to come, take my rein really short, put my leg on the hind legs, and do an emergency brake. I'm going to do this on the other side too. Here we go, so really short. And vibrations if she resists. Okay, so here we go, again on this side. I'm going to come really short for my leg. She's already turning, I have no pressure. And then she stops. What is really important with this exercise is that she moves her hind legs and crosses them. And this can be used in case of an emergency, if your horse gets spooked, or if you're in a problematic situation. This will automatically stop your horse, because the fact when they cross their back legs, they can't go forward, they can't buck, they can't do nothing, they're completely stopped. And but when you do this in an extreme situation, like if your horse is running in a field and he spooks and you do this, you have to really make sure you always have this leg, because if you just turn them with the nose, the problem is they're not going to have a good stability and they might fall over. So when you do this, you really need to put this back leg in, move those back legs, and you have control over the feet. So you can do this walking and trotting. There you go, see? I put more pressure there because she was starting to forget I was asking her to do something. So then another basic exercise you can do is backing up. So with younger horses, we're gonna have more of this type of presentation. So we're gonna take reins pretty short and come with both hands up with no pressure yet. And as soon as we have some tension, either she backs up and we release, as she did a little step here, or once we have a tension, if she doesn't back up or not enough compared to what we're asking, we vibrate on one rein only. Having one rein makes it really hard for them to push against the bit. So we have both reins so she doesn't just turn on one side, but only one is going to put the vibrations. The other one has no pressure on it, so the horse has a really hard time pushing against. We're going to do this again. There we go. Good. And see, I don't even need to have a tension. She's already backing up, and I can ask for more. And once she gave me what I asked for, I release. With younger horses who don't know what they're doing yet, as soon as they do one step or head in the right direction, or even think about heading in the right direction, we release. For a young horse, when you do any exercise, as soon as there's the right thought here, this would have been enough for a 3-year-old. So as soon as there's the right motion of the feeling we're asking them, it's enough. And as more we go, the more we're going to ask them to do. So here I'm going to ask her to back up again. She went forward. So when a horse goes forward when you're not asking them, the right response is to make them back up and go where they were. And if she wants to go forward, there's this fly is bugging her right now. And if she wants to go forward again, that's no problem. You let her go forward, you let her make the mistake, and then you back them up and give them work. So this is going to put them in a mindset where they want to be with you, they want to work with you, because there's more work if they're not. So here, back up, pressure, and release where she was before. So as I was saying before, any slight idea of what we're asking them is more than enough for the first times. So then other exercises you can do to help your turning is, so you're walking or trotting and you start as an emergency brake, and as soon as she turns, you release and go forward again. And this will help you turn. And if there's resistance, you keep turning until you have an emergency brake. So she's a really good horse to show you guys on what to do, because she has a few cracks and she's still learning a lot. So this, I like this I can show you really how to do on not a perfect horse. So here, and as soon as she turns, up, she goes again. And here, and as soon as she gives the back leg, we go again. There we go. So I'm really gonna put this leg on her back leg. So she really pushes those back feet. And as soon as she does, I release and I go again. But this can only be done if the emergency stops are already really good. So I'm also going to be working a lot with my energy. So anything I ask her to do physically, I'm going to put a notion of energy in my body. So if I want her to go, I'm going to start building up energy and asking her to move forward. Coming where the treats are. And when I want her to stop, before I ask her to stop, I'm going to release my energy and ask her to stop. So we saw the backing up like this. Now with a more experienced horse, we can come more in this angle, which she hasn't done much of. And with this angle, we can ask them to put their nose down a little bit more. Here we go. So I'm going to back up and I'm going to ask her to put her nose down. There we go. Okay. And so this will teach them on how to physically already have a good position. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask them to give their nose and put it down without eating. And then we're going to ask them to do that while walking or trotting with energy. And the more we do it and the more they get comfortable with this, the more we're going to ask them to keep it longer and to push with their hind leg to bring their back. And for the first time, as soon as she responds correctly, release. And I give her a rein. And then I can ask her again if I want, but I need to make sure that she understood that that was the right answer. So I go again. And here I'm going to ask her to push with her back leg. Good. And so this physically is the right position for them to be in while working, because it allows the back to not carry the rider so much. So they're going to hold with their stomach and lift up their back while pushing with the hind legs. So that's the right position, and you can't do it in one time. It takes a few weeks to have them give their head correctly, have them push correctly with their back legs, and have the muscles build up, because it is a lot of muscles for them to hold themselves like this. Here she doesn't want to back up, so I'm going to put a lot of pressure, and there we go, and release as soon as she responds correctly. So this is all a game of pressure and release. And a horse is always more comfortable when he knows where he's supposed to be. And the point of all these exercises, even if they're very basic, is to show the horse that the right place to be is with us, listening to us. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on everything he doesn't want, everything we don't want him to do, and a lot of releasing every time he listens to us. So I think that's all I'm going to share with you guys today. But other videos are going to be coming up. Usually we release them once a week. So don't hesitate in looking past videos or looking for the future ones. Thank you, bye!